This is a test to see how much I hate my face. Hey guys, welcome to the making of my next video, which is finding an apartment in Washington, D.C. I haven't decided what I'm gonna title it yet. So just to let you guys know what all goes into the making of these YouTube videos that I have. I'm in school. If you watched my last video, then you know that I'm here for grad school. So I have a 5-page paper due on Friday at noon. And it's Thursday, so tomorrow. And I sat and I wrote it for like 8 hours straight yesterday. 8 hours of like not moving from this table to write that paper because I knew that I would need all day today, Thursday, to be able to film what I need to film in order to edit the video in time and publish it on Sunday. Yeah, rearranging my life for YouTube is like a thing. So I just wrote my script. I had kind of started it earlier in the week of what I wanted to say for my little intro type part of the video. And for that, I need a freaking map of Washington, D.C. so I can kind of illustrate the geography of the city and why I'm looking at the apartments, where I'm looking at them, and so on. And copyright laws are just making YouTube videos way harder than I ever realized it would make them. So whereas I'm just like, oh, I'll just pull up some Google Maps or whatever and print that off, I can't do that because of copyright laws. Yeah, I mean, you could try to say fair use, but I just don't even want to risk big Google coming down and trying to do a copyright strike against me and then my videos off YouTube and I would have to completely redo it. So because of that, I've decided I'm going to draw a map of Washington, D.C. And so I've got paper here, printer paper, but I do not have markers that I need. So I'm about to go get some markers at CVS so that I can draw like the Beltway and the neighborhoods of where I'm talking about, looking at apartments and so on. So let's go do that. Oh, another really fun thing is that the weather looks like straight garbage. Today it's supposed to start storming at like 2 and it's supposed to storm tomorrow and it's supposed to rain on Saturday, which effectively takes like all of the days that I have to film away. I just forgot my key. So I don't really know how I'm gonna pull this off. Why would you get 10 markers for like $11 when you can get 20 markers for like $7?
Did you also need a bag?
No, that's okay, thank you. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Dolly. This is Jack. Stewie. All right, so now I'm gonna try to draw, which I am not good at, like at all. At all. I'm actually really terrible at it. My sister is an amazing artist and so is my mom, but I just like, it skipped me. Like nobody, I got athleticism instead from my dad. I don't know which I'd rather have. You okay, Stu? Did you fall? I know. Stewie's a little old, so he has a hard time. Okay. All right, so I have my map up and I'm just gonna try to do my best. That's all I can do. That's all I can do, guys. My best. It's not bad. If anybody like gets on me about the accuracy of this map, I'm just gonna laugh because, well, one, I know someone will. I know there will be someone who comments and is like, that map's not to scale or something. Because people love being negative on the internet. And it's something I really had to learn doing these YouTube videos. It feels like arts and crafts time. I don't think I've colored with a marker like this since I can't remember. It had to have been elementary school. I can't imagine that I did something like this in high school. This is my big map, by the way. And now I'm doing like a closer up of just the district so that people can see more of what I'm talking about. Honestly, like, it's times like these where I'm putting so much energy into something and I'm just wondering, like, who is it adding to it? Like, does it really matter? Is this going to increase the quality of my videos so much? Is it worth it, basically? I don't know, but it's what I'm doing, so I just like looking back at my videos and being somewhat proud of what I've done. All right, I don't think it's that bad. It's not great. Nobody's gonna do any city planning off of it, but I think it's not bad. We'll see how it plays out, if all of this was worth it. I just rehearsed my script and it seems like it's gonna be okay, but the real test is how well I can deliver it once I put the camera in my face, so. Forgot about my coffee. Is anyone else doing that? I constantly forget about my coffee, and then by the time I remember, it's like cold, it doesn't even taste good, but I want it because I made it. Probably just me. Okay. So right now I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want to put the camera because it's kind of a tight little space in here. I don't want to show you guys around because it's really embarrassing how messy it is here, but I'm basically not able to put a tripod where I need to put it. So right now I just have a bunch of books stacked on top of like a box with my camera on it. This is my setup. What's up? Hey. And what I do is test to make sure that the camera is kind of focused. I really am having a hard time with the technical aspects of my camera, and it's infuriating. It is infuriating. Thankfully, I didn't buy it for YouTube videos. I've owned it for a couple years, which almost makes it more sad that I don't know the technical aspects of it. And I bought it for photography, and I've always had a lot of problems with the focus, and it's not any better when I'm using this camera to videotape, which is actually why a lot of times I use my iPhone to record my YouTube videos, because I think this quality is pretty good. All right, so I just recorded the initial intro information part of my video, and I did it just in time because typical me, I forgot to charge my camera battery, and so it was blinking at me while I was saying my last little bit there. So I have it charging right now because I'm really going to need it in like 2 hours to be able to film the apartments, and I'm hoping it gets charged enough for that. Meanwhile, I'm going to download the footage that I've shot, make sure I like it. A lot of times what happens is I think it looks okay on the little screen of my camera, and then I look at it on the computer and it is just wretched, and so then I end up having to do the whole thing over again. So I'm really hoping I don't have to do that. And then also I just remembered that I have a freaking thing for a class due in 2 hours that I need to do. I need to leave in like an hour to be able to get to the place I have to film at. It's just like, I really messed up. I messed with my camera settings because I was doing some shooting outside the other day, and I'm just not good with the technical aspect of my camera. So I brought it back in, and there is a certain like f-stop that I need the camera to be on in order to not have the lights, you know, like flickering, and I forgot about that. So everything I just shot is kind of worthless because you just see like flickering in the background. So because of that, I actually think while my camera's charging, the camera is critical for what I need it for to film the apartments because it has a wide-angle lens. And I ordered wide-angle lens attachments for my phone, but they're actually supposed to get delivered today. I'm not banking on them coming in time. I think I'm going to film again with my phone just so I can get it done while I have some good sunlight coming into the room, and just knock it out and then go on with filming. Man, this sucks. If you look, you can see like the ripple of light in the background. I'm pretty sure it's showing up on the camera, so it's just really, that's frustrating. Right, so I just filmed again. I ran through the script like 3 times. I'm hoping that I'm happy enough with it, because that really is probably the one and only chance that I have to film this. I've got my battery charging. I need to freaking send this assignment in real quick. And then hopefully I will get everything done in time to be able to skedaddle, one of my favorite colloquial terms that Americans use, to be able to skedaddle over to my first appointment. If you're wondering why nobody's outside right now, it's because the weather is kind of crappy and it's like sprinkling on and off, and there's supposed to be huge storms later on. And I'm the crazy nutso person running around on a bicycle and hanging out outside. How cool is it to have a massive You Sunk My Battleship game set out in the public for everyone to be able to play? And then you've got Scrabble behind me, and you've got Connect 4 over there, and you've got giant Jenga sets. This is awesome. It's really loud. Driving through here looks impossible. I had some issues on my bike just understanding like what sidewalks or roads were open and which were closed because there's so much construction going on here. There is some cool like vibes, like there's some cool stuff here. I really like the fountains, and like behind me, this is the Department of Transportation's building is out here, so they have a lot of posters, like vintage posters, vintage gas pumps and things like that, which I really like. And it's cool that you're right by the stadium, but it is not worth it. It's not worth walking outside and just feeling the chaos of construction. I'd rather feel the chaos of the city than chaos of the city and construction. My battery on both my camera and my phone died while I was filming that apartment video. Fortunately, I was able to film the last apartment and get just a few shots of DuPont Circle before they both crapped out. So that's why you might notice that the DuPont Circle shots just aren't really that great. But yeah, it's finally over. I just filmed the last little part. I really need to get to class. And yeah, thanks for joining me on the making of the video, like my behind the scenes footage. I hope it was interesting for you guys. Bye.